Hello and welcome to Batavia Muckdog Baseball here in Jamestown, New York, as the Jamestown Tarp Skunks will host the Batavia Muckdogs in perfect game collegiate baseball action. Hello and welcome again. As always, I will be your broadcaster, Griffin Della Penna, bringing you through all the action today in the PGCBL, as the Batavia Muckdogs have won their past two games, just won the home-and-home series against the Elmira Pioneers. Now they're going to go against the 4-1 Jamestown Tarp Skunks, who beat the Muckdogs back at Dwyer Stadium last Saturday by a score of 12-10. The Muckdogs trying to win 3 games in a row and get over 500, as they currently sit at 3-3. So as Joe Martinez and head coach Jordan Baisley for the Tarp Skunks get things underway, for their meetings, we will give you the Tompkins Bank of Castile starting lineups, as the Muckdogs will continue with having Caden Walton, the second baseman out of Colorado Christian University, be the leadoff hitter and playing second base. Charlie Sagani will have the night off at shortstop, as he will be the DH tonight and batting second. Spencer Marcus will see his first appearance in center field this year, as we've seen him primarily in right field, and he will be batting third. Abner Benitez, the cleanup hitter, with a home run shot yesterday, as well as Marcus. They'll be back-to-back in the lineup tonight after being 2 and 4 yesterday. Benitez will be playing left field. Batting fifth will be Daniel Burraway again. This time he will be playing first base after being the DH last night. Luis Rodriguez, Benitez's teammate at Alabama State, will be playing right field and batting sixth. Ethan Sarmiento will get the start at third base, as he is trying to get things going offensively. Batting eighth will be catcher Bryce Mortellaro. Batting ninth will be the extra hitter Cameron Conley, who came up big last night as he had the go-ahead 2 RBI triple back in the 8th inning against the Pioneers. And batting 10th will be shortstop Michael Florides. And then on the mound for the Muckdogs will be Dathan McGrath, as he had his first start of the year against the Tarp Skunks last Saturday. Things went pretty smoothly from the beginning, and then that just was a blow-up game by the bullpen, and that's something that the Muckdogs hope to change tonight. And the Jamestown Tarp Skunks are going to go with a similar lineup, as they have had things working for them with their 4-1 record. Leadoff hitter Hayden Hunt, who hit .321 at Chattanooga Community College, he will be playing center field and batting first. Chase Carlson, we saw him have a multi-hit game against the Muckdogs. He will be batting second and playing shortstop. Luke Turner will be batting third. He'll be the DH tonight. He had a 3-hit game against the Dogs. Danny Hosley will be playing third base and batting fourth. Kobe Avon, we saw him behind the plate before for the Tarp Skunks. He will be the DH tonight. Anthony Badala will be playing first base again, as he also had a 3-hit game as well. Johnny Campes will be the catcher tonight, batting seventh. One of my favorite names that I've seen so far this season, DiMaggio Cazares. We'll see his first action, as he recently reported here to Jamestown. He'll be playing left field and batting eighth. Justin Bailey will be in right field, batting ninth. And then batting 10th in the Tarp Skunk order will be Mark Tucker, playing second base. And on the mound, we will see the first action as well from number 4, Ryan Raderich. Raderich having his first appearance as a Tarp Skunk. So as the coaches talk things over, we will be back in just a minute, as first pitch will be in less than 5 minutes away. And as the starting lineups are still being introduced for both teams, we'll just run you down a little bit more of this matchup. Today is actually the home opener for the Tarp Skunks, as they played their first 5 games of the season on the road on purpose. After talking to their GM today, he said that the reason why was because 80 years ago to this day, the first game in Jamestown was played against the Batavia Clippers at the time, as they were the Jamestown, I believe that they were the Expos at the time. But that was the matchup right then and there, and their GM did everything that they could to make sure that 80 years later, the two same teams were playing on the field against one another. So a pretty cool moment, as we do have a decent crowd here in Jamestown cheering on their teams. Both teams coming into this game are red hot. Muckdogs winning 2 games in a row. Just a little rundown of the game results for the Tarp Skunks so far this season. Their home opener against the Power was rescheduled due to thunder and lightning. So the first game of the year at Newark was a 6-4 win. Then they went to Batavia and won 12-10. Their only loss so far on the year was against the Elmira Pioneers in a 3-2 loss. So Elmira has had all their losses to the Muckdogs, so that's the only common opponent that they actually have so far to this point. And then on Monday, they played a doubleheader against the Power to make up that opening day game last Thursday, a week ago from today, and they won those games against Niagara 10-7 and then 10-5. So similar results as the Muckdogs just came in with 2 W's, a 10-1 win against the Pioneers on Tuesday night at Dwyer Stadium, and then last night, comeback win and a 10-6 win. So the lineups will now be announced for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Jamestown trying to build and go up on the season series 2-0 against the Muckdogs. Continue to get things underway after the pregame festivities are over. I'll jump back on. The announcer is taking his time with it being the home opener tonight. So we'll be back in a few minutes with first pitch coming hopefully sooner rather than later. national anthem has been played, and we are ready for baseball here at Russell E. Dietrich Park in Jamestown, New York, as your Batavia Muckdogs will be on the road for the second straight day, this time going against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, as they had the home-and-home series yesterday against the Elmira Pioneers, winning both of those games single-handedly. 10-1 win at home, and then a 10-6 win last night in a comeback victory at Tarp Field. So here we go, as it is opening day here in Jamestown. For those of you that are just joining us, it is the 80-year anniversary to the day here at Russell E. Dietrich Park, as 80 years ago, Jamestown faced off against the Batavia Clippers, so their GM and management did everything that they could through the Perfect Game League to make sure that this game was played today as their home opener. So very cool stuff here, as the rebranding here in Jamestown in the PGCBL, as for a very long time when they were just like the Muckdogs, a New York Penn League team, the Jamestown Jammers, for my whole life, and unfortunately back in 2014 were let go from their contract with minor league baseball and then transferred over to the Pioneer League, which they were only there for a short amount of time, making their way over to the PGCBL, and now they're here today. They won the championship back in 2018, and they were still the Jammers, and this is their first year with the rebranding after a fan vote of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. So Jamestown starting pitcher Ryan Bradrich done with his warm-up pitches, and we will have first pitch as Caden Waltman, the red-hot second baseman, will be due up first for the Muckdogs. I'd like to thank all of you watching here today for another broadcast of Batavia Muckdog Baseball. Always very appreciative of you guys tuning in, both here on the road and at home at Dwyer Stadium. We'll have baseball. Bradrich is in the stretch. He gets the sign. And we are underway, as that one is fouled off to the right side. With this being an older field, and the press box was renovated back in 2010, but some interesting views, so I tried to get the best full infield view that I possibly could. Me being on the far left side of the press box, this is the best I could do with the camera, so I'll try to pan over if I can, but as a one-man operation, and that one was almost caught by Badala in foul ground, but Caden Walton gets another life. So now the count is 0-2. Caden Walton coming into the day is hitting .375, so he has 6 hits and 16 at-bats with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. The sophomore that just finished this past season at Colorado Christian University. So here's Ryan Bradrich. As said, the lefty from Nova Southwestern, a Division II school. As Walton hits a chopper over to the left side, there's a glove flip, and the Tarp Skunks have the first out here in the first inning. After Walton is retired, we will see tonight's DH, Charlie Ciccone. Ciccone just finished up his junior year at University of Wisconsin-Tout. Utility man that skipper Joe Martinez has used all across the diamond up to this point. Primarily the past few games he's been at shortstop, but Michael Florides will get the start here tonight at that position, as Ciccone was thinking of maybe doing a little drag bunt there with Tarp Skunk third baseman Danny Hosley playing pretty far back. So now the lefty on lefty matchup here is Bradrich. 0-1 is sliced foul. Like I said before, a pretty good turnout. They were expecting a little bit over 1,000 here, but I do think, at least so far, as you know, it's still early in the night. His first pitch was a little bit later than the 7:05 reported time. His first pitch was at 7:14 p.m. So now here's Ciccone. The 0-2 will be a slider outside. County will stay alive. County so far this year hitting .350, 7 hits, 2 doubles. Guy that has a great 2-strike approach and just loves putting the ball in play. As the 1-2 here will be chopped over to the third baseman Hosley, and there will quickly be 2 down as both times Bradrich has thrown a pitch and a ball has been in play. The hat has flown off, so we'll see if that will be a common occurrence here tonight. 2 ground ball outs so far for the Tarp Skunks is now Spencer Marcus comes up to the plate for the Dogs. As Spencer Marcus yesterday had himself another great night, reaching base 3 times, a single in the first. That first pitch will be a ball. A single in the first, hit by pitch when he would later score in the third. A sac bunt in the 7th, that would be crucial in the Muckdogs getting the lead. And then a solo shot home run to start off the 9th inning, his first of the year. That one will be fouled to the backstop here at Russell E. Dietrich Park. So it looks like Bradrich is having a little bit of trouble keeping the lettuce inside that hat. Count will now be 1-1. Spencer Marcus and the man on deck, Abner Benitez, have been crucial to the Muckdog offense, as that one will be hit on to shallow right field, charging in. Calling off will be second baseman Mark Tucker, so Bradrich goes 1-2-3 in his first start of the year. And now we'll go to the bottom of the first inning as your score is 0-0. Nathan McGrath will have his warm-up pitches here in the bottom of the first inning. Before he does so, we will thank some of our sponsors: Batavia Downs Gaming, Figuerella's Pizza, Alex's Place, Eli Fish Brewing Company, Noah Hoy Chiropractic, Tompkins Bank of Castile, United Memorial Medical Center, and New York 529 College Savings. We thank you for supporting the Muckdogs and keeping baseball here in Batavia. For those of you watching, if you are local, please support those businesses, as Graff will toe the rubber and get things started here in the bottom of the first inning. Graff just finished up his sophomore year at West Texas A&M University. He's a 6'5", 195-pound starting pitcher, as the music is still going on here with the PA. They finally cut it. McGrath's first pitch to Hayden Hunt will be a ball. McGrath is 6'5", 195-pound pitcher from Cedar Park, Texas. Spent time at Tyler Junior College in Western Texas before this past year, landing at West Texas A&M. So in 2020, West Texas with the Westerneers, he tossed 9 innings and recorded 6 strikeouts. Still a very young, raw pitcher, has a big frame. It's a lot of potential. It's Hayden Hunt from Chattanooga Community College, center fielder. This past year batted .321, as the 3-0 will be in there for a strike. Graff did struggle a little bit with walks in his first start against the Tarp Skunks, but for the most part, had a really good outing. That one will be low, Talaro can't hold on to it, and the free pass is awarded to Hayden Hunt. So the Tarp Skunks quickly have their first base runner in this one. This is my first time ever being here at Russell Dietrich Park. It is very, very deep, as you can kind of see down the line in right field. The foul pole is right at 342, and then deep in the right center gap is 414 with 325 and a pretty high wall and straight away left field down the line. Pretty big outfield, and as the Muckdogs have had a plethora of hits as of late in their last two games, wouldn't be surprised for both teams to have a lot today, as that one will also be low by McGrath. Now the lefty shortstop Chase Carlson is up, so he's in a 2-1 count. Jamestown wearing their all-white uniforms tonight. So the Muckdogs will continue to wear their black uniforms that they have had a lot of success in so far. So he looks at Hayden Hunt. Hayden Hunt's going to go with a little hit and run. And Hayden Walton tried to dive. He could not get there in time. So that ball's hit out into right field. Luis Rodriguez throws it in. And now, after the hit and run, with no outs in the inning, Jamestown has runners on the corners. Thompson gets the first hit of the night for both teams, as Hayden Hunt had a great jump against McGrath. We did see his speed in action last Saturday night. Saw him make some really good plays in center field. He was on base 3 times last Saturday. Scored on a walk, was hit by a pitch, and was stranded at third base after a single, as that first pitch to the number 3 man in the Tarp Skunk order, Luke Turner, who does have a team-high batting average at .353 with 6 hits and 2 doubles. That one is hit over to Sarmiento. He can't glove it, and Florides will not throw it. And quickly here in this one, the Tarp Skunks go up 1-0. So 2 hits now for Jamestown. Hayden Hunt will come around to score after the free pass. First 3 men in the Jamestown order have all reached base. There's men on first and second. So first pitch to cleanup hitter Danny Hosley, the third baseman. Be in there for a strike. Nice slider there by McGrath. Not a big strikeout guy, but pitches to contact and is effective with that strategy. All the balls that have been hit tonight into fair play haven't really been hard hit. That ball on the hit and run would have been hit right at Caden Walton in his normal second base spot. But as he was going to go cover second base, tried to rebound and come back, and just went under his glove, as that one will be fouled away by Hosley. Hosley, this is the first time we've seen him in action. He goes to Norfolk State. He's a utility guy in the field, but he also is a right-handed pitcher. So maybe we'll see him at some point on the bump for the Tarp Skunks. In this situation, he has 2 men on. He's going to put that one in play. It'll be right at Sarmiento, going back after it, and there will be a double play. As Carlson, instead of realizing that it was going to be a line drive right at the infielder, I was always taught that on a line drive, you don't freeze, you always go back, because it's better off you go back and try to advance to the next base than being doubled up like that scenario right there. So a big double play there for the Muckdogs. It's now number 5 hitter Colby Avon, the DH tonight. He's also a catcher. That one will be swung on and missed. Luke Turner still at first base. Carlson was doubled up on the L5-4 double play, as the second pitch will not be there. Going is Turner, and a nice hit by Kane Walton, as Walton made a gesture to our base ump that he thought he got him. Nevertheless, another stolen base here tonight. Technically, Hunt's was not a stolen base on the hit and run, but you get what I mean. So it is a 1-1 count. That one swung on and missed. Oh, actually, excuse me, the scoreboard here was wrong, as that pitch on the stolen base was a strike. So inning over, as the Tarp Skunks will get ahead in this one early, 1-0, but strand some runners on base and have a little base running miscue, as due up now for the Muckdogs will be cleanup hitter Abner Benitez, Daniel Burroway, and Luis Rodriguez, as we will come back after the break. So the 4-1 Jamestown Tarp Skunks take the early lead in this one, as they put one run up in the bottom of the first inning after Hayden Hunt reached via a walk. Chase Carlson singled on the hit and run, as Hayden Walton couldn't get there in time. Luke Turner would single and bring home Hayden Hunt at third base after Mento did get some weather on it at the hot corner, but couldn't come up and get there in time. And then a double play. Danny Hosley hit a line drive right in the chest of Ethan Mento, and Chase Carlson was doubled up, and Colby Avon struck out. So here is Abner Benitez after the Muckdogs went 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. The first pitch by Bradarich will be a check swung foul ball. Here is Abner Benitez, currently hitting .400 on the year, 10 hits, 25 at-bats. Both him and Spencer Marcus lead the team with 10 hits. Marcus just has a slightly better batting average based off him reaching more on walks, and he's actually been hit by 3 pitches so far this year. So the 0-1 will run up on Benitez and be a ball, as it will be Benitez, Burroway, and Rodriguez due up first in the Muckdog order here in the second inning at beautiful Russell E. Dietrich Park. That one, lefty on lefty matchup again. Great slider there, as I do think we're going to see that common occurrence with Bradarich's hat falling off more times than not. Here in downtown Jamestown, out in left field is Jamestown Community College, as the players have their hotels there, as that one will be safe, and Benitez will have beaten it out regardless, as the throw by Carlson is just a bit high. Badala can't hold on to it, and that will be the first hit of the ball game for the Muckdogs. Still awaiting the official score. Yesterday, that was the same occurrence with Jared Reinhardt, as I said, as he hit a ball to third base. Thought he was going to beat it out, but people in the press box at Elmira thought otherwise. So still awaiting the confirmation, but will be a man at first base. That one's ripped down the line and fair by Burroway. Trying to hand this for you, as Burroway, first pitch swinging there, and he has a double. We'll try to keep it right around here for you guys. As a one-man show up here, it is tough to pan this camera while also trying to stay involved in the action. So they're actually going to give an error to shortstop Chase Carlson instead of giving Benitez the hit. Looks like he was going to beat it out, but again, everybody at all these different ballparks has some differing opinions. Also at home ballparks, you might, I'm not trying to point fingers, but you might have a little bit more bias, as here is Luis Rodriguez. As the pitch will be check swung, hit out towards Bradarich on the mound. He will make the play as he looked over at Benitez, and they will have the first out in the inning. So Benitez is at third. We're away at second after the double. Luis Rodriguez just grounded out. So Ethan Sarmiento came in. Everybody in the Muckdogs organization thought, as I was there for their first practice, he was hitting balls all over the yard at Dwyer Stadium, and everybody thought he'd be the everyday 3 or 4 hitter, but just came out of the gates a little slow. Still trying to regain some of that confidence, as that first pitch will be in there for a strike. Just had trouble expanding the zone and not swinging at pitches he knows that he can drive. You can just tell it's been frustrating for him, but has came in the past few games as an extra hitter. He's been walked, he's been seeing some better pitches, and the plate discipline has improved as the 0-1 will be swung on and hit foul. Count is now 0-2. Getting the start tonight at third base, Jerry Reinhardt is not in tonight's lineup. We've seen him be a staple at third base, or as a DH or an EH, as the perfect game this year decided to have the 10-man batting lineup. And something I'm a fan of in the summer league like this is that one will be inside for a ball. So sorry, Minto. Not swing at what probably would have been a jam shot in the infield. So Benitez still standing at third, Burway at second. And the 1-2 pitch will be check swung. They say he does go, and Sarmiento goes down on strikes. Here is Bradrich's first strikeout here tonight. He's trying to strand those 2 runners in scoring position. Mortellaro steps up to the dish now. We have seen him have great 2-strike approaches so far this season. The catcher out of Ranger College. As him and Joey Battaglia have been splitting time since Battaglia reported as Niagara County Community College made it to the JUCO Division III World Series. Both of those guys are very reliable, great defensive catchers, and also bring something offensively to the plate, as that one will be a slider in there for a strike. Beautiful night here in Jamestown. I was talking earlier to coaches Joe Martinez and Tony Brewington, and we were all amazed at how great this field looks, as their grounds crew was about 7 guys, and they've done a great job. That one will be swung on and hit foul down the right field line. So Bradarich has done a great job getting ahead in the count so far tonight. He's already had a lot of Batavia Muckdog batters in 0-2 counts already. Really testing their plate discipline, but also their 2-strike approach and trying to get in these 2 runs at second and third. Don't want to leave these guys on as that one swung on and missed, and Bradarich is hyped up as his hat falls off yet again. And we will bring it to the bottom of the second inning as the Muckdogs leave Benitez and Burraway stranded at second and third. Be back in just a minute. Daphne McGrath is ready to go here in the bottom of the second inning. We can see the number 6 man in the Tarp Skunk order, Anthony Padala. He had a 3-hit performance against the Muckdogs in their first meeting back at Dwyer Stadium last Saturday. Jamestown has the early 1-0 win, or excuse me, lead, not win. As that first one will be hit in to left center field. Chasing after it will be Spencer Marcus. It's his first start in center field so far, as that one will be close. A play at second base will not be in time. We will see first pitch swinging from Padala and a leadoff double. So Padala stays hot against the Muckdogs. Jamestown in their home white uniforms. Pretty cool jersey design with the skunk tail on the back. Can be kind of hard to read the numbers sometimes with their away black jerseys. They have that same teal numbering and lettering. And when we were sitting there in the press box trying to see who was coming in, it's extremely tough to try to see numbers, but pretty solid look from a team that used to have amazing jerseys when they were part of the New York Penn League, the Jamestown Jammers. That one is in the dirt. Baseball does have a very deep legacy here in Jamestown. It's Russell E. Dietrich, Mr. Baseball as they call him here in Jamestown. The field was named after him for everything that he did for baseball here in Jamestown, as the 2-0 will be in there for a strike. A lot of great players over the years have played in Jamestown. Randy Johnson when they were the Jamestown Expos. Dodger manager Dave Roberts has also spent time here, as well as Giancarlo Stanton. That one is hot. The count now runs to 3-1. Daphne McGrath did have a walk in the first inning, trying to limit those as an entire pitching staff, as the Muckdogs have given up a lot of free passes so far this season. There will be another one. Now with no outs, the men on first and second after Campes is walked. DiMaggio Cazares, one of the best names that I've heard up to this point. We'll see his first action in a Tarp Skunk uniform. He did not play last Saturday. He's an outfielder from Wagner College. Hit 167 this past year. So far for the Tarp Skunks. Cazares is hitting 273, so 3 hits and 11 at-bats with 4 RBIs. Pretty good hitter that you have so far. 8th in the lineup. Overall, across the board, not very high batting averages for Jamestown compared to Batavia's. That one will get away from Mortellaro. Doesn't really go after it too hard. And man at second base, Anthony Vidala, didn't even realize that it scooted out of the glove. So now, a similar situation that we saw on the top of the frame. Men on second and third in scoring position as the infield will now come in for the Muckdogs. Count is 1-0. To DiMaggio Cazares. That one will be sky high in foul ground. Chasing after it is Ethan Sarimento. Sarimento will bring it down. As a big first out there for Dathan McGrath. The right fielder Justin Bailey is due up for the Skunks. Justin Bailey, Mark Tucker, on the top of the lineup with Hayden Hunt. That first one will be in there for a strike. McGrath getting ahead in these counts with that slider to righties. He's had great control with it so far. Infield still in for the Muckdogs, as there is another slider that clips the outside corner. McGrath trying to get out of it, just like how Raderich did in the top of the inning. As the 0-2 now, want to get the strikeout here. As that one will be swung on and hit deep to right field. Under it will be Rodriguez, but that will easily bring in the second run for the Tarp Skunks, and going to third will be Johnny Campy. So great job done in an 0-2 count by Justin Bailey there to get the sacrifice fly and bring in the second run for the Tarp Skunks to now go up 2-0. Also with a man at third. We'll try to pan over to him as well. Again, sorry for the inconvenience with not having the perfect setup here in the press box, as that one is hit down the line, but foul by the number 10 man in the Tarp Skunk lineup. Mark Tucker playing second base tonight. Justin Bailey gets the RBI on the sac fly. That one is also sky high into center field. Going after it is Marcus. He will make the play, as McGrath limits the damage to just one run after stumbling into some trouble with no outs and men in scoring position, as your score will be 2-0 with Cameron Connolly due up first for the Muckdogs in the top of the third inning. And with 2 innings in the books, we'd like to thank one of our sponsors, Batavia Downs Gaming. Batavia Downs Gaming and Hotel is the area's premier entertainment destination with great restaurants, events, and on-site hotel. Be sure to check them out at BataviaDownsGaming.com. We'd also like to thank Ficarella's Pizza. Ficarella's of Batavia is where you can get your fix to satisfy your cravings for piping hot pizza, sumptuous subs, and mouth-watering wings. Every Friday, enjoy Ficarella's fabulous fish fry. Don't forget the fixed plate, fat wraps, as the first pitch will be a ball, to Cameron Connolly, and all your favorite pasta dishes. And they have blueberry and raspberry barbecue sauce that tastes great on wings. So when you have the craving for delicious food, get your fix at Liberty, at Ficarella's Pizza on Liberty Street in Batavia. Trying to multitask while watching the game there, got a little stumbled up, but the count will now be 2-0 to Cameron Connolly. As Connolly yesterday, the youngest guy on the Muckdog roster, goes to Pepperdine University in the fall, just finished up his senior year of high school. Had some struggles early on at shortstop, just being as young as he is, coming to play guys at the collegiate level. Definitely was a big difference for him, but he has shown that he can come in big spots, as Joe Martinez went to him yesterday in a big spot with 2 outs and men in scoring position, or actually it was runners on the corners, and they were down by 2. Cameron Connolly came up big to tie the game at 6-6, as he will have the leadoff walk here for the Dogs. But first pitch swinging, slapped the ball into right center field. That would be a stand-up triple for him to tie the game at 6 apiece. Just finished up at Melbourne Prep, a team that I played down in Florida, actually played against Cam. And Melbourne Prep at the time was one of the top 25 schools in the country, and they smacked us. Not very fun that day in Florida, in Fort Pierce. Just kind of shows the caliber player that Cameron Connolly is, as there is a pickoff move from Bradarich that hopefully is not his best move, because that one wasn't going to pick off anybody. Here in the top of the 3rd inning, Cameron Connolly gets on via the walk. Now Michael Florides is due up. Number 10 in the lineup tonight. He pokes one in to right field, as that will be down. And quickly, 2 men on here in the top of the 3rd inning, as the Muckdogs will pick up their 2nd hit so far this ballgame. Caden Waltland now, the leadoff hitter in the Muckdog lineup. Cameron Connolly at 2nd. Florides at 1st. Caden Walton at the dish. Nobody out. As that one will be a bunt attempt that's pulled back, as the pitch by Bradarich was in the dirt. Ryan Bradarich, the lefty out of Nova Southeastern, great Division II program, but didn't even have an appearance this past year, so very impressive for him in his first start that he's been as effective as he has been so far. There will be no middle infielder there to try to pick off Conley at 2nd base. Caden Walton, 2 nights ago, had a 3-hit performance against the Pioneers. Also had a great night last night, as he was moved up to the leadoff hitter after the night before, being number 2 in the Muckdog lineup. 2 singles and a double with 1 RBI, as he was one of the PGCBL Players of the Night. Now here he has a 2-0 count with 2 men on. Pitch by Bradarich will be right down the middle. Muckdogs doing a lot better of a job tonight seeing pitches. Last night, Jack Sokol, the Auburn soon-to-be sophomore pitcher, was giving them great pitches to hit, but not pitches that they can drive. That one is smoked on a line, and that will not be a hit, as it will be a double play, however. That was very smart by Cam Connolly to see the ball first go off the dirt instead of getting doubled up. That could have been very interesting with how that could have went, but smart by Cam Connolly to go to 3rd, even though there is a double play. as it'll be a 4-6-3 double play. Tucker to Carlson, over to Badala at first. So now it'll be Charlie County's. That ball was hit on the screws by Caden Walton. So here's tonight's DH, Charlie Ciccone. Another great position for them to put a run on the scoreboard after leaving 2 runners on in the last inning. Bradarich now, the lefty-on-lefty matchup. David having a lot of lefties in the lineup tonight. That pitch will be a curveball just a bit high. Cameron Connolly at third after the 4-6-3 double play. Bradarich comes back home again as that one will also run inside. So not a bad idea here with the 3-0 count to not even tempt the county. And just give him the free pass as then would have the force out at first or second with runners on the corners. And there will be a strike on the outer corner. Trying to strand the 3rd runner in scoring position for the Muckdogs early in this one. Bradarich probably going to try to go inside again as that one will run just a bit inside as Ciccone will make his way down to first base. So Marcus up now. Very reliable hitter for them is up now. Number 3 in the lineup tonight, Spencer Marcus. In the top half of the 3rd inning. Strand 2 more runners left on base as Cam Connolly was at 3rd and Charlie Ciccone after the walk. Both left on as Spencer Marcus struck out. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. Bradarich got out of another jam. He has done multiple times already tonight as the leadoff hitter for the Tarp Skunks, Hayden Hunt, comes up. It It is opening night here at Russell E. Dietrich Field, as that one will not be in there for a strike by McGrath. Tarp Skunks 4-1 so far on the season. Just haven't had a home game yet until tonight. Did that on purpose, however, just to ensure, as that one is swung on and hit deep to left field. That one is going to be foul. Hooking foul. Aiden Hunt thought that he was going to have extra bases here, but the Tarp Skunks did do that on purpose to start the season on the road as much as they did, to ensure that on the 80-year anniversary of the field that they would play against Batavia. 80 years before, they actually had the Batavia Clippers against Jamestown here for opening day baseball back in 1941. So very cool that they wanted to do that. As the 1-2 by McGrath is swung on and hit to shallow right. Rodriguez makes his way over, and there is an out, number 1. They retire a very dangerous Hayden Hunt to start off the third. As McGrath gets his first leadoff out here. To start off the first, he walked Hunt, and then Badala in the second had a leadoff double. As now here is the shortstop, Chase Carlson. So the Muckdogs already have left 4 men on base. Have only had 2 hits, but Bradrich has walked some batters, and Benitez, which I thought was for sure going to be a hit. People up here in the press box decided that they were going to give Carlson the error instead, as it looked like Benitez was going to run it out regardless. As the count now be 2-0 to Carlson, as he had a single in his first trip off the hit and run. That one will be in there for a strike. Muckdogs currently sitting at 3-3 on the year, but riding a 2-game win streak as they beat Elmira in back-to-back days. As that one's hit out to right field, and under it again is Rodriguez. So Rodriguez makes 2 outs here so far on the inning. Extra hitter tonight, Luke Turner, leading the Tarp Skunks in batting average so far this season. Did have an RBI single with his first at-bat in the top of the first to claim that early 1-0 lead that has now jumped to 2-0. That one will be fouled away to the right side over the lights here at Dietrich Park. 0-2 with 2 outs, as McGrath has really settled in here. Has great command of that slider so far, as this time the 0-2 will be a changeup, and that one's popped up over to Caden Walton. He will get under it in a 1-2-3 inning for Dath and McGrath, as 3 innings are in the books quickly here tonight in Jamestown. The Muckdogs still trying to get their first run at the ball game, as Benitez will be due up for the Muckdogs. have fourth inning action here. We'd like to thank another one of our sponsors tonight, Noble Hood Chiropractic. This game is sponsored by Dr. Boyd, the efficiency chiropractor of the Batavia Muckdogs, located at 184 Washington Avenue in Batavia. For appointment, please call 585-343-9616. Tompkins Bank of Castile. Tompkins Bank of Castile is a community bank that was founded in 1869. They now have 15 offices in 6 counties across the Western New York region. Services complete lines of consumer deposit accounts and loans, business accounts and loans, and leasing. In addition, insurance is offered through an affiliate company, Tompkins Insurance Agencies. Wealth management, trust, and investment services provided through Tompkins Financial Advisors. As the in-game host here was taking his time getting off the field, really wanted to finish that game as Bradarich was standing on the rubber, ready to go. As he has so far pitched 3 scoreless innings, allowing a decent amount of base runners, only 2 hits, but has gotten out of jams as he has stranded 4 Muckdogs on base. As that one swung and missed by Abner Benitez. Benitez is currently sitting at a 6-game hitting streak, has reached base on a hit in all 6 games so far for the Muckdogs. So call time wasn't ready for Bradarich's 1-1 pitch. And he'll get back in. The field conditions here, like I said before, are stunning. They've done a great job here on the grounds at Russell E. Dietrich Field. As that one smoked, and now it's a 7-game hit streak as Benitez stays red hot with another single, as he will now be above that 400 average threshold. So it looked like Benitez was going to have a hit in his first trip, but I don't know if they're stingy here in Jamestown with hits. I guess we'll see throughout the contest, but that time that was a no contest rip between second and first for the hit. Now we will see Daniel Burway had a double down the left field line, his first pitch that he saw. So here's Danny Burway from Elvin Community College. That one will be fouled away. Joe Martinez at third was thinking about making the play, but decided I'd rather not. Daniel Burway has finished up his freshman year at Elvin Community College. 6'5", 225-pound first baseman outfielder. As that one is ripped into right field. Going back after it is a great play by Justin Bailey as he's trying to double up Abner Benitez, but the throw will not be in time as that ball was hammered again. With so much real estate in the outfields, that looked like it was absolutely going to get down for extra bases. His second extra base hit of the game, but with it being almost, I'd say, right there near that yellow sign, probably all of 380, deepest part of the park, 414. As Burway will be retired after the long fly ball to right field. So now here's Luis Rodriguez. That one will be smoked down the right field line as the Alabama State Hornet teammates both have hits to right field. As now there's 2 runners on with 1 out here in the 4th inning. Bradarich finding trouble yet again, but he has continued to get out of it. So here are the Muckdogs again with a prime opportunity. Here is Ethan Sarmiento. Great confidence boost if he could come up here for the Dogs. As the first pitch will be a slider just a bit upstairs. Third baseman Sarmiento in his freshman year at UMass Lowell in the short COVID season. Played this last year at Monroe College. That one's chopped away. 1-1. Muckdog teammates in the dugout really cheering him on here, as Sarmiento is still looking for his first hit of the season, currently sitting after that first strikeout 0 for 9 with 6 strikeouts. The 1-1 now for Bradrich. As he looks at Benitez at second, he will come home as that one is ripped, but foul. Really close, tight-knit team here in Batavia. As his Muckdog teammates would love to see him come up in a big spot here, get that monkey off his back, get that first hit. They could really see what Ethan Sarmiento is doing, because he is more than capable. Was hitting balls all around in batting practice today. As that one is also hit into right field. Charging after it is Bailey. He will come and make the play. Tried to double up Benitez at second, but the throw will not be there in time. So Sarmiento puts a ball in play, but it will be retired. Second out here in the 4th inning. Justin Bailey makes his second catch of the inning. A lot of action out there to right field today. Again, some interesting dimensions. 342 down the right field line. 325, which is pretty standard at these fields. The same left field line dimension at Dwyer Stadium. As that one is a chopper hit out to the left side of Bradrich, and again, Bradrich with 2 runners on will continue to get out of the jam. Now that is 6 base runners left on for the Dogs. Jamestown will still maintain that 2-0 lead that they have so far, with cleanup hitter Danny Hosley, Colby Haven, and Anthony Vidala due up after this short break. So back here in the bottom of the 4th, AMC, that my audio is cutting in and out currently. Sorry for the inconvenience, but here in Jamestown, with the amount of media that is here, the Wi-Fi is spotty. So currently, after running into some issues at Geneva where they didn't have Wi-Fi at all, I am currently using a hotspot, so it might be a little choppy from here on out, as first pitch swinging is third baseman Danny Hosley. So that one will be fouled away. So your score so far is 2-0 in favor of Jamestown, sitting at 4-1 on the season. Have already beat the Muckdogs once this year. The count is now 0-2 after the big swing and miss. So Kathy McGrath just had a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd, trying to build off that yet again, as that one is skied into shallow right field as the trend continues. A lot of action in right field tonight. And Rodriguez will retire the first out here in the fourth. So, and 5-6 straight Tarp Skunks retired in order. McGrath is really using the men behind him to get some outs. One strikeout so far for McGrath, as he did strike out the man up right now, Colby Avon, back in the first inning to end the first. That one will be in there as well. Here's Colby Avon. Avon is a teammate of Radarich at Nova Southwestern, Division II school. Counts 2-1. One swung out and missed. So 2-2. McGrath is trying to continue to groove through this one. I'd like to thank all of you watching for another Batavia Muckdog broadcast here on YouTube Live. That pitch just missed the inside corner. The count runs to 3-2. So McGrath's first full count here tonight. Let's see what he does with the payoff pitch. That one will be strike three. Colby Avon trying to make his way down to first, and the Muckdog bench didn't like that. They're telling him to sit down as McGrath picks up his second strikeout of the outing. 2 outs now after retiring Hosley and Avon. Out Anthony Badala, who first pitch he saw smacked a double to lead off the second inning. So a 3-hit game in Batavia. Goes to Citadel University down south. First pitch will be ball. I'm not completely sure, but I do believe it is some type of military institution. Because there's another slider that froze Badala. Last year, Badala hit 261. So that one is ripped over to Sarimento. Sarimento gloves it and throws it over. And another 1-2-3 inning for Dathan McGrath. So he settles in, continues the 2-0 game. Will walk to the bench. He's telling his teammates, let's get some hits, let's get some runs here. As the Muckdogs still trying to get their first run in the ball game. We are back as Muckdogs trying to get their first run across as the Jamestown Tarp Skunk pitcher, Ryan Radrich, lefty out of Nova Southeastern. A great day so far. Now here's Cam Connolly, had a leadoff walk and his first trip to the plate. Pitch will be a ball. Conley he can do is the headlight. That one's ripped over to third. It's gloved and thrown over. So a nice play by Danny Hosley throws it over to Badala. Now, the Muckdogs will have one out here in the top of the fifth. This game is crazy. Nothing game so far. Very different from the first game that we saw between these two teams. A 12-10 loss for the Muckdogs. So it was just a hitting barrage. A lot of balls have been put into play so far for both teams, but the Muckdogs do have one more hit. They have 4. Jamestown has 3. Jamestown does have the 2-0 lead so far. So Michael Florides is one of those guys that had a hit for the Muckdogs. Radrich drops in another curveball for a strike. Here is Bradarich. He'll settle in. 1-1. That one is swung on and just foul. Well, it's now 1-2. Sorry for that. Florides steps back in. 1 out. We're in the top of the fifth. 1-2 count. That one is swung on and missed. And Bradarich hat falls off yet again, but seems like it's working for him. Caden Walton at the top of the lineup. He's due up again for the Dogs. Came up in his last trip, hit into a double play. He's still looking to reach base for the first time tonight. That one will be in there for a strike. A lot of backdoor sliders for strike 1 from Bradarich. This will be the 3rd time that he will go through the Muckdog lineup. Not seeing too much action so far in the Jamestown bullpen. From some insider reports, fellow Canisius College Golden Griff Justin Giuliano, odds are he'll be coming out of the pen tonight. He's a lefty, so it'll be interesting to see as he has picked up a win for them this year. That one is chopped over to Bradarich. He will glove it, and a 1-2-3 inning. So McGrath follows up with the 1-2-3 inning, and then Bradarich will do the same. Bring it back to the bottom of the fifth in just a minute as McGrath is walking out to the mound now. Your Muckdogs are down in this one, 2-0. After just a few warm-up pitches for Dak McGrath, the guy that loves to work fast before he'll throw his first pitch, we'd like to thank some more of our sponsors: Batavia Downs Gaming, Ficarella's Pizza, Alex's Place, Eli Fish Brewing Company, Noah Hoy Chiropractic, Tompkins Bank of Castile, United Memorial Medical Center, and New York 529 College Savings. As that one was hit over to shortstop Michael Florides, he had trouble gloving it, and that one was bobbled and then hit into shallow left field, so probably be an error. quickly determined by the people in the press box. So after Johnny Campies will reach via the error, here is DiMaggio Cazares. The catcher Campies will take a very small lead. Fake a bunt, will pull back as the ball was in the dirt by McGrath. So yet another leadoff base runner gets on for Jamestown. This time via an error. Whoa, and that one almost took down the head coach for Jamestown, Jordan Baisley, as he had to go down to all fours and make sure that that one didn't smoke him. So Cazares almost takes out his head coach. That's an easy way to get pulled out of the lineup. McGrath will throw a strike as that one was again pulled back by Cazares on the bunt. Not too sure about Campy's speed, but just looking at him, don't know if he's a real threat on the base paths. So the 1-2 will be high. The Muckdogs still looking for their first run. Do have more hits than Jamestown here at Russell E. Dietrich Park. The first time that we have gone here this season. The Tarp Skunks came to Batavia, Dwyer Stadium, their first meeting. That was the complete opposite of this game so far. This is a pitcher's duel, and the last time it was all the hitters, as that one will be inside. And a walk to DiMaggio Cazares. So there will be runners at first and second. Just heard skipper Joe Martinez say, well, if they get that call, why don't we get it? Which is a valid point. Number 9 hitter in the Tarp Skunk lineup, Justin Bailey. He goes to Division II school North Georgia. Made a great play as Daniel Burway hit an absolute bomb. They're going to take a bunt again. This time it will be pulled back as that one almost hit Bailey. With no outs here, great position to get some runners over. As they're almost flipping the lineup with Mark Tucker, number 10 man, the second baseman. Bring up the top of the lineup with Hayden Hunt. So this one will be a bunt. It is down. Ethan Sarmiento is going to make a barehanded play, and that one will get away from Caden Walton. So there will be 1 run score. They're going to wave him around, and 2 runs will score after the errant throw by Sarmiento. And after bunting, Justin Bailey will get all the way to third base, as we've seen multiple times this year. The Muckdogs throw the ball around, bad things have happened. The score will now be 4-0. With a great bunt by Bailey, if you're Sarmiento, that might be something that you just eat. And instead of no outs, bases loaded, they quickly have 2 runs that will cross, and now a runner at third. So that'll be a ball. Nice stop by Mortellaro. Matthew McGrath trying to strand Bailey at third with no outs, as that one will be fouled. 1-1. Bailey reaches via the E5. 2 errors so far this inning alone. Actually kind of give... I guess they're giving that a hit. So they're saying that Sarmiento's throw would have not been in time anyway. Same situation that we saw with Abner Benitez. So not too sure with... And that one is not gloved by Danny Burway, and Bailey will come around to score. So sloppy defense here in the bottom of the 5th inning. An inning that so far this season has haunted the Muckdogs. Is Mortellaro is going to come out and just talk to McGrath. Going to see, I believe it's Kyle O'Neill starting to stretch a little bit in the Muckdog pen. Looking over down the left field line, looks like it's going to be a righty. Come up next for the Tarp Skunks is Tony Brewington's going to stroll his way out and talk to McGrath. The score will now run up to 5-0. Score bug is being a little glitchy here with not the best service, so we apologize for that. Tony Brewington just going to calm down his guys. That one that was hit over Burroway's way, we're going to give it a hit as well. So Tucker will hit RBI single. Will score Kazari and Bailey. 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning as we will be back here with the first pitch to the leadoff hitter in the Tarp Skunk lineup, Hayden Hunt. He's going to put down a bunt. That one is hit McGrath's way. He will glove it in an errant throw, and that one will get away from Burroway. So this nightmare inning will continue as we also had a blow-up inning back at Dwyer Stadium against the Tarp Skunks, where Jamestown, which was a close game at the time, scored 8 runs. They would have taken the lead. The top of the 7th at Dwyer Stadium. Now 2 men on, still trying to get that first out. This time it will be Carlson, as that pitch will be a strike. So now they did update it. It's 4 errors now for the Muckdogs. Somehow on 5 hits, so not too sure what's going on because there were not 3 errors on that play alone. That one is bunted again. It's going to stay fair, and Carlson will get on. The bases are now loaded. Jamestown playing small ball. Great bunt by Carlson. Bases are now loaded. Bailey at 3rd, Hunt at 2nd, and Carlson at 1st. That one is skied into center field. The first pitch to Luke Turner is caught by Rodriguez, and that'll score another run. So the score is 6-0 in favor of Jamestown. Making the home fans happy here in their home opener. Sac fly for Luke Turner will be his 2nd RBI of the night. They finally get that first out. After this inning, I think I'm going to have to go into the press box and try to see their logic with where the 4 errors came from, now that they also have 6 hits. That one is ripped into left field. Benitez will glove it. Trotting home is Hunt. And now it is 7-0. 5 runs will come around to score. It looks like McGrath is out of gas. And Kyle O'Neill is trying to speed things up and get ready. So McGrath's night will be over. So we will take a quick break. Jamestown Tarp Skunks now up in this one 7-0 as Kyle O'Neill will come in after McGrath's night came to a close. So reliever Kyle O'Neill is ready to go. The junior out of Felician University, teammate of shortstop tonight, Michael Florides. This one has gotten out of hand here in the bottom of the 5th inning. After back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Dath and McGrath, Jamestown has put up 5 runs as McGrath's first pitch will get away from Mortellaro. Now there's men on first and second. Colby Avon, the DH for tonight, has struck out twice. Now it's 2-0. As it really didn't look like Kyle O'Neill was ready to throw in the bullpen, but just due to McGrath kind of running out of gas, not anything left in the tank, kind of had to go to him. No choice, as that'll be Kyle O'Neill's first strike of his outing. So that one will be fouled back to the backstop. Colby Avon, Anthony Badala, and then Johnny Campes, who led things off in this inning. It's been a lackluster inning for the Dogs. So the count will jump to 3-1. 3 errors this inning. One by Florides, one by Mento. That would bring across the first 2 runs. And then Dath and McGrath on a bunt right to him. This throw is off the mark to Burroway. So now the infield's in, and there will be ball 4. So the first batter faced for O'Neill will be a walk, and he will load him up.
Number 7, Anthony Badala.
Now here's Badala. Bases loaded. That has been very dangerous and has been hot against the Muckdogs. That first one will be in there. Badala on the season hitting 294. Does have a double in this one, as well as a ground out to Mento at third. Scores 7-0 with the bases loaded. Check swing there for Badala. Would have been a strike anyway. Kyle O'Neill is now up in the count, 0-2. Corners are in as they want to get the play at the plate, the force out. And the middle's just trying to turn it. To be done in the inning as it is hit over to Florides. He'll flip it over. Caden Walton for 1, and Burroway with the scoop to get 2. So Kyle O'Neill comes in and does not allow a run to cross, as your score will be 7-0, but the Muckdogs still trying to get their first run across in this one, heading in to the top of the 6th inning. Now we have 5 innings in the books as Raderich's night will come to a close as he will have 5 scoreless innings pitched, just allowing 4 hits and 4 strikeouts. And a very cool moment here for me as I get to announce against one of my good friends that'll be on the mound now, Justin Giuliano, Canisius College Golden Griff. Just finished up his freshman year. It was actually a medical red shirt for Giuliano. He's had a great comeback story. Tore his ACL back in the first semester, and quickly his rehab went great. Worked very hard in the time being, as that's a late strike call. 1-1 is the count now to Skunks. Skunks tonight hitting second in the Muckdog lineup, as this is the first action that I've seen Giuliano have since the torn ACL. He got cleared late in the season during Canisius's MAC playoff push, but with him being a freshman, wasn't going to see any time. As the count is now 2-2. So another lefty on lefty matchup here for Skunks. Marcus is a righty and then Benitez is a lefty, so a great time to bring in Giuliano as that one's ripped to center field. Bunt will be under it, and we will get the first out for Giuliano. Justin did pick up a win in their first game of the season against the Newark Pilots in a 6-4 win. Lefty reliever that is a big part of the Canisius College program for the years to come. The first pitch to Spencer Marcus will be a ball. Still trying to figure out, try to quickly pan over to after Marcus hits one on the ground. That one, a great play made by third baseman Danny Hosley. As it looked like Vidala's ankle was on the bag and Marcus stepped on it and went face first into the dirt. So quickly just want to look at the scoreboard. Might be tough for you guys to see, but there are a lot of discrepancies. I keep a pretty clean book here while I'm broadcasting, just for stats and to know the flow of the game, as that one will be a ball by Giuliano to Adnan Benitez. But all of a sudden, while Jamestown was up in the last inning, somehow the Muckdogs went from 4 hits to 6, and also picked up an extra error that I'm not really too sure where it came from. So my book has the Muckdogs at 0 runs, 4 hits, and 3 errors. That one is skied over me in the press box. 1-2. Giuliano's first inning going according to plan after the fly ball hit to Hunt and a nice diving stop by the third baseman Hosley. First time we've seen him in action. He played this past year at Norfolk State. Count is 1-2. That's a breaker that throws Benitez, and Justin Giuliano comes in and gets a 1-2-3 inning for the Tarp Skunks as we will head into the bottom of the 6th, as it's been all Jamestown in this one. 7-0 is your score. the 6th inning as our in-game host here in Jamestown loves taking his time over here. Been on the field every single time that a Muckdog pitcher has been ready to go. Shifting over will be Johnny Campus. He started things up in that big 5th inning for the Tarp Skunks. They put 5 runs on the scoreboard, building that lead now to 7-0. As seems like it's just one of those days for the Muckdogs when the bats have been rolling. 26 hits in the last 2 games, scoring 20 runs in that time. Just how baseball is sometimes, you know, the bats going into those 2 games weren't doing too much, as that one is ripped up the middle for a leadoff single for Johnny Campes. So the catcher from Wagner that hit .280 this past season will be the headlight. Who is 0 for 1 after being walked in his last at-bat. He later scored. Kyle O'Neill, after getting a big double play ball with the bases loaded, as he came in and did not allow a run to score. So McGrath runs out of gas. 5 runs scored as Kyle O'Neill is struggling a little bit with the control on that outer half to righties. We've seen a lot of other pitches that have been in the lefty's batter's box. Campes takes his lead. Count is 1-1. Kyle O'Neill this time will be inside to Cazares. Looking down, still seems like a pretty good night here in Jamestown. Stadium has a capacity of 3,000. That one swung on and missed. Nice cut there by Cazares. Can't catch up to the fastball by O'Neill, who is a finesse guy. And that will set up perfectly who I anticipate to come up next for the Muckdogs. If we get some more runs, that one will be laced into right field. Another base hit for Jamestown. They already have 2 in this inning alone. O'Neill's game sets up a guy like Carlos Rodriguez, who is absolutely laser for an arm. Back-to-back singles by Campes and Cazares towards the bottom of the lineup. They've started all their innings so far where they've scored runs. Now it's Justin Bailey. You remember when he put down a bunt in the same situation. An error by Mento on the throw that would score both Campes and Cazares. 1-0 count. O'Neill, the throw home. Another great stop by Mortularo. It's been a brick wall back there for the Muckdogs. I'd like to thank you all watching at home, all the Muckdogs fans and the parents and everybody else in between. Love the support I've gotten so far in this season. As reminded by Coach Martinez today that I believe there's 47 games still left in the season, as the Muckdogs will play a lot more games compared to other teams in the league. Not as many off days, as owner of Can USA Sports, Robbie Nichols, has decided to play a lot more exhibition games versus teams in the NYCBL, as the 3-0 was swung on and missed. Bailey got the green light. Teams like Mansfield, we played this past Monday. The Syracuse Saltcats are also on the schedule for the Muckdogs, as well as a lot of exhibition games against the Elmira Pioneers. As there will be a walk by O'Neill. The bases are loaded with nobody out. The same situation that Brad found himself in the bottom of the 5th. O'Neill now finds himself in. Mark Tucker is up. He did have a single in his last at-bat. That one will plunk him, and he will make his way to first, and coming around the score will be Campies. Hit by pitch, RBI. The number 10 man in the Jamestown lineup. It's now 8-0. With nobody out. We'll see some action going now. George Osborne gets up for the Muckdogs. Saw him 2 nights ago. Shut the door in a win. These guys for the Muckdogs that have been in relief just really need to get some more innings under their belts and regain some of that confidence, as they were shaky out of the gates, and sometimes when you're slow out of the gates, that kind of brings your expectations back down a little bit, as everybody knows that the Muckdogs do have a very talented group. After you win a commanding opening day game 7-0, and then you lose 3 straight, kind of realize that it's not going to come easy. You have to work for every single game that you play every night. Because a lot of those games they were beating themselves. They kind of are tonight as well, as the free passes have led to some singles, some errors in the last inning. Came around to score is only 2 of the 5 runs that were scored last inning are earned runs. As the 1-2 looks like it's there, just be a little low to Hayden Hunt. At third is Cazares, Bailey at second, and Mark Tucker at first base. That one will go around, and Hayden Hunt will go down on strikes. Kyle O'Neill's first strikeout of the outing. That's a big first out. Carlson laid down a bunt and beat it out. Last time he was up after Hayden Hunt also bunted. After McGrath threw it away. That one will be outside. So bases are still loaded here. 1-0 count. Kyle O'Neill trying to escape his way and stop the bleeding. It's just not been the Muckdogs' night up to this point. That's a great change-up. A great frame by Mortellaro. It's now 1-1. Scoreboard says 2-0 here. One will be outside, making a great sprawling effort is Mortellaro. Been like a cat over there behind the plate. Muckdogs at 3-3 currently. If the score stays the same, they would go away. As that one came up, it almost came in my booth in the press box. 2-2 count. O'Neill will step off. Now O'Neill gets the sign again. With bases loaded, the 2-2 will be swung on, and it is looping foul. Kyle O'Neill on the mound for the Dogs. It has been a great opening night for Jamestown, getting the early 2-0 lead after putting 2 runs on. Again, now it will be a full count. The scoreboard has been wrong this whole at bat. Beautiful night in Jamestown, up here in the mountains near the PA border. Now the 3-2, that one swung on and hit into center field. Under it is Marcus. They will go, and they're just going to throw it to third. And another sacrifice. They step on the base and the appeal. They say that he's safe at third. It looked like he waited until the ball went into Marcus's glove in center field. So O'Neill will get it out there, but it'll be after a sacrifice fly RBI for Chase Carlson. And then at first and second, number 3 man in the lineup, Luke Turner. First one won't be there for a ball. Luke Turner tonight, he's a 1 for 2, has a sacrifice and 2 RBIs. Neal will look over at second and step off after Bailey is dancing over there at second base. Bailey at second, Tucker at first, Turner up here. Neal waiting. Turner steps in, and he'll deliver to the plate as that one will be outside. 2-0. Opening night here at Dietrich Park in Jamestown. The 80-year anniversary of the field. That pitch will be in there, the 2-0. Nice pitch there by O'Neill. Celebrating the 80-year anniversary when both the teams from Jamestown and Batavia squared off against one another. Fitting way to start the season for the Tarp Skunks. That one will not get away from Mortellaro. Great stop there. There's a lot of balls that could have gotten away. Michael Florida, as it's short, is going to signal to the catcher Mortellaro and say, hey, let's think of something. Maybe tell Kyle to switch up his looks on the mound, because Bailey has been getting some pretty good leads and dancing over there. Maybe trying to time him up to swipe third. You know, that would be very aggressive with 2 outs. You don't want to get the final out at third base, but I mean, they are up 9-0, and they've shown that they will do unconventional things after bunting 3 times last inning and being successful with all 3. That one will be swung out and missed. So O'Neill coming back in the count. That will be full with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Shakes off a few signs. I'll look over and deliver. That one swung on and missed, and O'Neill gets out of it. Not after Jamestown puts up 2 more runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jamestown's up 9-0. As Batavia's bats have to awake at some point. They are still with a 0 on the scoreboard. Muckdogs here in the top of the 7th inning, trying to get the bats rolling against Justin Giuliano. Muckdogs trying to get their first base runner since the 4th inning after the man on deck, Luis Rodriguez, had a single. Since then, we've not seen a Muckdog base runner as Giuliano will get ahead in the count, 0-1, with a fastball to Burroway. That one will get away, 1-1. Danny Burroway, 1 for 2, had a double back in the 2nd. And that one, Burroway waits on, it's hit out to center field, and Hayden Hunt gets under it. F8 to start out the inning for the Tarp Skunks. Now, the last Muckdog base runner, Luis Rodriguez, will step in. That opposite field single off Bradrick. That first one will be ball 1. One half swung at, be a strike. Right here at the ballpark. Muckdogs trying to get over 500, have a large deficit. We've seen them come back in games. Saw that against Jamestown, actually, as they were down a boatload and came back and made things interesting. They would end up losing that one 12-10. Had the chance in the bottom of the 9th inning, but runners on 2nd and 3rd, they couldn't bring them across to force the game into extra innings. We'll end it right then and there. The 2-2 spoiled off by Rodriguez. So far tonight, Jamestown. That one will be strike 3 on the inside corner. Giuliano will get his 2nd out of the inning already. Already 8 hits for Jamestown. Sarmiento is up. Sarmiento still trying to get that first hit of the season. He has now started 0 for 10. And get away too. Giuliano really working with the tempo here. So take the 2nd. College freshman on the 2-0 gets a big swing and miss from Sarmiento. Trying to get his 2nd straight 1-2-3 inning. That one is swung on and missed again, and Sarmiento just can't time it up. He is extremely late on those past 2 fastballs. And the 2-2 from Giuliano will be low. Full count here. Giuliano trying to retire Sarmiento as he will spoil one. Almost a nice catch by a fan in the bleacher seats towards the first baseline. A beer in one hand and couldn't come up with it. Here is Giuliano again on the payoff pitch. That one will be ball 4 as it was not hung on by the catcher Campies. And Muckdogs will have a base runner in the form of Sarmiento. Catcher Bryce Montalaro steps up. Montalaro, originally from Lakeland, Florida. Hit .224 in 15 games with 4 RBIs, 6 runs scored. Attempt to nab Sarmiento at first base will not be intended. played his freshman year at Ranger College. That one was fouled away. 1-1. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. The Tarp Skunks with a big lead. Trying to shut out the Muckdogs after coming into this game red hot. Go up on the season series 2-0. Count is now 2-1. That one will be put into play by Mortellaro. It will be a glove flip from Carlson over to Tucker, hitting over. So the Muckdogs will get one base runner, but he will be stranded. The score will stay at 9-0. It's time to stretch. You guys will need it. And we are back here after the 7th inning stretch. I just ran down to go grab a water, and George Osborne's on the mound. The pitcher from Elkhorn State. Got the leadoff man out, and we will have a pinch hitter here. So as I'm fumbling through my notes here, there's not a 35 on my roster. So it must be a late addition. He is a big lefty. I believe it might be from overhearing some other people in the dugout. I heard Lackawanna Community College, so I'm going to go with Kyle Barella. Kyle Barella, number 35, we'll add that to the roster. Must have been a late addition. They did go pretty far in the JUCO World Series, as I believe that the first pitch by Osborne was hit out to right field, and there was an out, but Our scoreboard says no outs. I'm going to trust myself here. As I quickly got done with that inning and ran down to get a water because I was extremely thirsty after that long 5th inning. That one will be fouled off. Morello. Count stays at 2-2. George Osborne, lefty. Big swing and miss, and he got the strikeout. 2 down now for the Dogs as George Osborne getting a lot of confidence after struggle in his first appearance back home at Dwyer Stadium on Tuesday against the Pioneers. Came and shut the door, got 2 strikeouts, and shown what he is capable of. As Osborne is a redshirt sophomore. His freshman year at Elkhorn State, struck out 28 batters in over 50 innings. Missed 2019 due to injury, but logged 33 innings and 34 strikeouts last year. 2-1. The scoreboard says just 1 out here, but there are 2. That one's chopped over to third. Sorry, Mento, and George Osborne goes 1-2-3. So takes a part out of Giuliano's book that he just saw in the last half of the inning, and he'll go 1-2-3 himself. So it's time for the Muckdogs bats to awake as they only have 2 innings left to put some runs on the scoreboard, and they will be shut out in this one, 9-0. Here in the 8th inning, Justin Giuliano's day will be done. He pitches 2 scoreless innings with 2 strikeouts, and now we will have the 3rd lefty Tarp Skunk on the hill so far in this one. Brandon Demo, number 27 from Wagner College, will be on the mound. Muckdogs still trying to get their first run in this one. They have just 4 hits, 3 errors, lots of runners left on base. That tally is already up to 7. Let's see what Dema can do here in relief. As the first batter will be the number 9 man in the Muckdog lineup, Cameron Conley. That one way outside. Takes the sign. Will also be outside. Very good sign for George Osborne to go out there and do what he just did. a strikeout, retiring the first 3 batters that he faced. That's a big cut there for Cameron Conley. 1 for 2 on the day. 2-1, swung on again. And fanned out. 2-2 count. Conley's going to step back in there. In the 8th, there's the 2-2. Will also be high, so runs it up to full. Beautiful night here in Jamestown, New York. The sun has now set. It's been a great home opener here. If you're a Jamestown fan, everything you could ever want. Just almost came up here in the press box. Count is 3-2. To the Pepperdine commit. One was also fouled away, so a great at-bat for Conley. That one's going to get in the seats and almost hits a fan in the head who had no idea where the ball was. Cam Conley trying to win this battle for the Dogs. Melford Prep alumni. You're in a full count in the top of the 8th inning against Brandon Dema, another foul ball, his 3rd straight. He looks determined up there to start something here for the Muckdogs. Doing what he can here. Another payoff pitch by Dema. Will be low. And Conley hyping up his bench after the leadoff walk. Michael Florida steps in. He also had a base 9. So Conley gets on. Going over, Dema is talking with his catcher, Johnny Campies. Seems like Dema's okay. He gets back on the rubber. Michael Florides. Wake up the bats here for the Dogs, as it's just not been their night. The bats also on the mound. A few crooked numbers out there. That 5 spot in the 5th inning. Nice move by Dema. Had Conley going back instead of forward, and it will be a 2-0 count. So a great position here for the Muckdogs. Looks at Conley, he'll come home. Another high throw. That'll be ball 3, and Conley gets back in time. Another 3-ball count. This time it's a 3-0. That one will also be low. So 2 free passes to Muckdog hitters at the bottom of the lineup. Not something that you want if you're head skipper Jordan Basley, as now we will see a mound visit to Dema. So that's a good sign to see. It's now Caden Walton, the top of the lineup. Do up for the Dogs after the mound visit. During this time, I'd like to thank some more sponsors. Ficarella's Pizza. Ficarella's of Batavia is where you can get your fix to satisfy your cravings for piping hot pizza, sumptuous subs, and mouth-watering wings. Every Friday, enjoy Ficarella's fabulous fish fry. Don't forget the fix plate, fat wraps, and all your favorite pasta dishes. And they have blueberry and raspberry barbecue sauce that tastes great on wings. So when you have the craving for delicious food, get your fix at Ficarella's Pizza on Liberty Street in Batavia. They talk to Dema, calm him down. 5 balls in a row by Dema. Walton up now, Skunks due up next, and Marcus is in the hole. 2 men on and nobody out. Walton, first pitch will be in there for a strike. Tried to duck it, but will be in there. Dogs hadn't had a hit since Rodriguez's single in the 4th. Is the pitch again. That one will be in there for a strike as well. So Dema settles back in, gets ahead 0-2. Russell E. Leaford Park. First time I've ever been here, and I'm very impressed with the field conditions, how it still has some new features, but still has that historic values. That one is chopped over to third base. They're going to try to get the double play, and nope, they're just going to get the one at second, as third baseman Danny Housley decides he's going to throw it to second, and smartly Tucker, with the speedy Caden Walton, will decide not to throw it. So one down on the fielder's choice. Runners on the corners. 90 feet away is Cam Connolly with Charlie Skunks up, and another lefty on lefty matchup here. Skunks has come up in many big situations. There will be a strike. Needs to do so here. That one will also be fouled away by Skunks. 9-0 is your score. Mr. Muckdogs looking to keep this winning streak alive. Have a lot of work to do if they want that to occur. But how resilient this team has been as Charlie Skunks waits on that slider that ran inside and just kind of fouls it away. So he'll stay alive at 0-2. The score stays the same. Jamestown would go to 5-1 on the year, with their only loss coming to the Elmira Pioneers as they lost 3-2 in that one. And another off-speed pitch. This time, Skunks cannot foul it off. He swings through it, and now there's 2 down. So threatening to strand another runner in scoring position is the Muckdogs. 2 down in the inning. Spencer Marcus is hitless today, 0-for-3. You don't see that too much, as his first pitch is fouled away. Conley at third, and at first is Caden Walton. Get some more baseballs as our home plate umpire. The umpire got his pearls and will make his way back. Here is Dema trying to get out of it. That one. Let's ask him if he went. They say he did not. We'll even it back at 1-1 after the check swing by Marcus. Marcus here trying to drive in the first run of the ball game for the Dogs. That's why he's in the 3-hole. Very reliable hitters. He tries to fight that one off and hit it down the right side, but it will be fouled. To get that donut off the scoreboard. 1-2. Marcus will choke up on it. And the pitch by Dema will be high. Fastball high, evens it up at 2-2. to Marcus. The most reliable Muckdogs up to this point. And the 2-2. That one shot into left field. Chasing after it is the left fielder. And Cazares comes down with it. So Marcus puts the ball in play, but can't hit that runner at third in the form of Connolly to score. So the score will stay at 9-0. Heading into the bottom of the frame, George Osborne going back out there for the Dogs to try to keep the deficit at 9. Back here with Batavia Muckdog Baseball in Jamestown, New York on YouTube Live. Griffin Delapena with bottom of the 8th inning action here. George Osborne throw his first pitch to Johnny Campies. Let's see what it is here. That will be the strike. Also want to thank Batavia Downs Gaming. Batavia Downs Gaming and Hotel features great restaurants including the Burning Barrel Barbecue, Fortune's Italian Steakhouse, and Labatt Blue Zone at 34 Rush. It's food and fun just how you want it done. Thank you to Batavia Downs, one of our big sponsors here with the Muckdogs. Count now be evened up at 1-1. Johnny Campies, the catcher from Wagner College. Division I school. That one is chopped over Floridez's way. He'll make the off-balance throw, and the throw will be there in time. We will get that out on the 6-3 ground out. As Osborne has retired all 4 batters that he's faced. We'll have another pinch hitter. This time it will be Corey Blackburn. We saw him play left field last outing against the Muckdogs from Cal State Bakersfield, the Roadrunners. Pretty cool name as that one was fouled away. Blackburn. Didn't play too much this past year with the Roadrunners, but so far this season with the Tarp Skunks, and that ball will be low. Blackburn's currently hitting .250 and 8 at-bats with 2 hits. That one will also be a ball, which Lauro can't hang on to it. Blackburn. 11 for the Tarp Skunks. Now goes to 3-1. 2 substitutions that we've seen so far. Corey Blackburn, but also Kyle Borello, who is now playing first base for them. That one will not be in the zone, so Blackburn Walked in the pinch hit opportunity.
Number 2, Justin Bailey.
Here is Justin Bailey. Bailey has had himself a good one. He has reached in all of his ABs so far. That will be on the outside corner for a strike. Pitch, one is fouled away. Bailey now in an 0-2 hole. As Osborne allowed his first base runner in tonight's appearance. As Blackburn's at first base, that one will be hit into right field, a ground ball, as Blackburn's going to make his way to third. Blackburn in motion there. And Justin Bailey puts the ball in play with 2 strikes on him. Looks like we'll have another pinch hitter. Quinnipiac University. Saw him play shortstop against the Muckdogs. Runs around the corners with an out. Ukema up to bat. That one will be low. Ukema so far this year has not gotten a hit in 12 at-bats, so understandable why he was taken out of the starting lineup. They can give him another opportunity in a game that's been all Jamestown. That one will be a strike. So that pitch will be low, 3-1. Osborne trying not to allow bases to be loaded. And the pitch will be low, so bases will be loaded as Osborne. A walk, a single, and then another walk. Hayden Hunt trying to make things hurt a little more for the Muckdogs with bases loaded and just 1 out. That first pitch will be way outside. Don't want to see Osborne lose that confidence that he gained in his last start. He's kind of letting things get away from him here. That one, a chopper hit over to Caden Walton. He's going to step on himself, throw it over, and a double play. So George Osborne gets the ground ball he was looking for. And that 9-0 deficit will stay the same after the bases are loaded. Last ups for Batavia, still trying to look for the first run of the game, as your score is Tarp Skunks 9, Muckdogs 0. very steep hill to climb for the Batavia Muckdogs here in the top of the 9th inning. We will now see, after a very airy throw there on a warm-up pitch, the 4th lefty pitcher for the Tarp Skunks. Their bullpen is just full of them. Number 32, Dane Padernos from Palomar Community College. We did see him last Saturday. Nice throw down by Johnny Campis. And Abner Benitez trying to get things started. He is credited with one of the 4 Muckdog hits so far today. The last time that they had that little of hits was back at Geneva in a 4-2 loss this past Sunday. Benitez in the top of the 9th inning, same spot, lead off. He hit a solo shot. And yesterday in the top of the 9th inning as well, he hit another solo shot. So he has 2 home runs on the year. Very deep in right field for him here. That pitch will be a strike by Padernos. Padernos trying to shut the door. Keep that 0 on the scoreboard. It's the Muckdogs had a lot of runners in the scoring position. They have left officially 9 runners on the base paths. They are 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. The 2-1 by Padernos. That one is chopped over. Padernos can't make a play on it. Charging on it will be Uhima. He can't make the play. And it was dropped by first baseman Borello anyway. Like Benitez would have been a very close play, but they will get the leadoff man on. As Benitez will reach base safely for the 3rd time tonight. Runner on first, Danny Burraway up. The way that one will get away from Campis. He'll throw it down. Benitez, it was a pretty close play. Great throw, very strong arm by Campis. We'll break up the potential double play now. Benitez is at second base. So the people in the press box, they'll try to figure out if that was going to be an error or a base knock for Benitez. Still says 6 hits for Batavia, even though they only have 4. That one will be away, so 2 balls. Dave Padernos. Is on the mound to try to end this one for Tarp Skunks, as that one is skyrocketed into shallow right. Calling off is Uhima. Nobody's going to get there. As Uhima thought that he heard right fielder Bailey coming on, calling him off, so he tried to get out of dodge. But Bailey thought that Uhima had it. So miscommunication there will lead to Burway getting on base. There's 2 men on for the Muckdogs here. Even though the game is probably out of reach, you still would like to at least end on a high note and get a run across, as now we will have a pinch hitter here for Rodriguez. It'll be Trevor Dean. Dean started yesterday in center field and was taken out. Pinch hit opportunity for him from the Washington and Jefferson College outfielder. Did put a ball out today. Not really known for his pop, but he was hitting the ball all over the yard. Danny Burway and Benitez both get on. And will be inside, called for a strike. Trevor Dean. Go, Dave! 0-1. Padernos with the pitch after looking at Benitez. Some nice breaking ball for strike 2. 2 men on here. No 2 count. Still awaiting the sign from Campies. And the pitch will be a bouncing ball blocked by Campies. 1-2 now. There's Padernos. Look back. And the pitch fouled away. So Dean stays alive, upset because he thought that he got a good pitch to hit right there. Still a decent amount of Tarp Skunk fans here in attendance. To hopefully see the hometown team come out with a win. Some Tarp Skunks also signing autographs off to the left side. A lot of little leaguers here. 1-2. That one is fouled off Dean. He will stay alive. Dean trying to bring around to score Benitez at second base. Durnos. Throw again, that one will be low, so Dean continues to battle. Saw the same thing from Cam Connolly as well. Ethan Sarmento is still on deck, he'll stay in the ballgame. He was also walked back in the 7th. So the 2-2. Swung and fouled back yet again. Muckdogs, this just is a microcosm to show how this team is just so resilient. Always has one another's back. The benches basically screaming over there to support Trevor Dean. The 2-2, that one will also be fouled away. Trevor Dean giving a lot of souvenirs away to some fans here at Russell E. Dietrich Park.
Hey, don't you get that! Don't you get that now, Trev? Let's go!
2-2. Trevor Dean has hit 4 foul balls in this at-bat alone. Whatever he can to fight off some pitches and finally get the one that he's looking for. Benitez will get his lead. That one will be high. So now it's a full count. Trevor Dean, not just battling this count, but also rising Bruno's pitch count, as they probably were not looking to have anybody else come into this game. Just kind of give the ball to Paternos and hope that he doesn't let up 9 runs in this one. A full count and another foul ball, the 5th of the AB for Trevor Dean. And a nice catch by a fan out towards the right side. Full count. The second payoff pitch. What is now a double-digit at-bat. Padernos will go home, swung on and missed. So Padernos wins the battle, but a great at-bat by Trevor Dean. And they will get the first out here in the top of the 9th inning with 2 runners out. Sarmento due up now. We'll have Coach Jordan Baisley come out to the mound. Just a little mound visit. Just talk some things over. Double play is in effect for the Dogs here. Runners on first and second. all around the world here. Ethan Sarmiento still looking for that first hit of the year. A strike. With one out here in the top of the ninth inning. Score is 9-0 in favor of Jamestown. Abner Benitez at second base after leadoff single. Burraway, and they're going to pick off Burraway. A perfectly timed pickoff move. At least Burraway is going to try to... Looks like he didn't even tag him. They will get out Burraway. At least Benitez will make his way to third. Tony Brewington right there at first base is supposed to be yelling back for Burraway. Perfectly timed. That could have been a lot of the reason that the mound visit occurred. Try to talk about Burraway being thrown out on the base path. So now the Muckdogs are down to the final out. Ethan Sarmiento trying to bring home Benitez. The 0-1 will be in there for a strike. Muckdogs down to their final strike. Ethan Sarmiento in an 0-2 hole. Moderno shaking off some pitches here. Gets the sign and pitch. Fouled off by Sarmiento. Sarmiento trying to make sure that this is not a scoreless ball game for the Muckdogs. And the 0-2, that pitch looks like it was there, must have just missed. There's a lot of homegrowns from this crowd here in Jamestown. Now is 1-2. Abner Benitez at third base. The 1-2 now will bounce to the plate. So Sarmiento evens it up at 2-2. 2 outs. Sarmiento, the 2-2, he will swing and miss, and that will be your ball game. The Muckdogs are shut out. The Tarp Skunks will go to 5-1 after the 9-0 win, excuse me. The Muckdogs win streak is snapped at 2 games. They will go back down to 3-4 on the year. Just a quick update for what to expect in the coming days for your Muckdogs. They will be home tomorrow night on Batavia Blue Devil Night against the Geneva Red Wings, who they lost to earlier in the year 4-2. Try to even up that season series, and then they will be away for the first meeting of the year against the Niagara Power, and then be back home on Sunday. So, signing off after less than impressive day for your Muckdogs. After a 9-0 loss, I'm Griffin Delapena. We'll see you tomorrow night at Dwyer Stadium. We'll see you tomorrow.